Ever want to turn your car into something from Mad Max? Or to see what your family would look like if you turned them into The Sims? How about creating fake images of your home with a complete stranger in it to give your loved ones that heart attack they deserve? If you're not into these type of edits or pranks because, you care about someone other than yourself, you might be shocked to learn that these AI image editing tools can do a little bit more practical things, like improve the quality of your image or making a cool present for yourself or a loved one. So why waste time? Let's jump straight into practical use case number 1, removing people from your photos. Take this aesthetic photo of me. It would be perfect if only there was slightly less people in it. Now, I can't go back in time and wait for them to leave, and even if I could, I don't have time for that. Look at me, I need to start tanning. Thankfully, now I can just vanish them. Digitally, of course, for now. It's surprisingly easy, though I recommend being very specific with your prompt. If I type something like, remove all the annoying people, well, you get what you asked for, really. So instead, I had to write something like, remove all the people from this image except the large male, keep everything else the same. Now, unlike the subject in this photo, the output isn't always perfect. As such, you might need to try a few different times and come up with a few different prompts. So that's my tip for you for tip number 1, which is the prompt will make or break your edit. Try different prompts to see which one works out best, or something like this might happen to you. Oh, and if you think you have a good prompt, try running it a few times. You may find that you actually get a good generation without changing anything about the prompt itself. Also, it's also good and helpful to know that you might need to start a new chat with Gemini if you're getting the same image back with no edits done each time. Practical use case number 2. What if your photo needs more than just removal of unwanted people? What if, like this one, you accidentally took it with a potato instead of your phone? The color's all washed out, it's a bit hazy, it just needs, like all of us, some love. Now, instead of spending an hour fiddling with those image editing sliders let's face it, you don't understand, you can now just prompt your way into an okay photo. Now, it's also good to know that you're not going to get great results every time, especially with basic prompts. So for tip number 2, and one that I really recommend using most of the time if you're doing a bit more complex editing, is upload the photo that you want to edit and then ask the AI something like I've shown on the screen right now. It'll put this into the description so you can actually use it after as well. What this prompt is going to do is analyze your photo and give you a prompt that you can use or tweak. Either way, you grab that prompt that you've tweaked or the original one that it's given you with your photo and you're done. You now have a photo that looks like it was taken by a semi-competent photographer. We can perform the final and most important act as well, making everyone disappear. And practical use case number 3. As you saw, removing people is actually relatively easy. But what about removing objects? Let's pretend you spent 6 hours hiking up a hill only to take one photo and forget to take your backpack off. Well, stress no more because you can quite effortlessly remove things like a backpack and save the photo. Or let's say you're proposing to your current love of your life, but that one scenic photo that you took has got your keys in it and a random water bottle that, you don't really want inside your photo. Well, that's not a problem for these models either. And it's pretty hard not to be impressed by the smooth removal, even removing the reflection of the bottle in the glass. That's pretty good considering I didn't even prompt that part. And lastly, you found a photo of you looking majestic out to the sea. But around a few heads and your phone just need removing to tidy it up. So one prompt later and you get this. Again, this took me all of 10 seconds to do. Not possible prior to AI imaging engine models being generally available, but it's way faster and looks, pretty damn good compared to what I probably would have done. And finally, practical use case number 4. We move on to cosmetic image editing examples, like you've forgotten to shave before a photo opportunity. Now this one, well, it didn't work nearly as well as I'd actually hoped. Here's one of the first outputs. It not only removed my glasses, but also decided to change the structure of my face. Thanks, Gemini. But after a few more attempts and different prompts, this is the best result that I personally could get. It still feels a bit off to me. I think it smoothed my skin a bit too much, but to be honest, it's better than what I could have done in 30 seconds or at all, to be fair. And tip number 3, which is more general advice, to say that you're not going to get great results each time. Even if you do multiple prompts, you're just not going to get that result. And if you're a bit self-conscious about your face in a photo you want to print out, then you can do a few things, like how about making your teeth actually white? Though I definitely overdid it here, but I know, maybe a little bit less white next time. Or how about you take it a step further and hide your teeth altogether? It's by no means perfect, but if you're someone who doesn't like the face you pulled for a particular photo, but like the actual photo itself, it's nice to know that you can tweak it a bit. Or tweak it a lot if you really don't like how your face looks. Now that's what I call a selfie. Okay, let's get a bit more creative with these models, but still practical. Professional headshots. Because we all want that perfect LinkedIn look. There's a ton of apps online that will do this for you, but most of them aren't free. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to upload a photo, at least 2 clear photos of your face, and you just prompt something like I'm showing on screen. I'll also link this in the description as well. Feel free to tweak it if you want a different background or style. I ran this prompt several times and managed to get this result, which I don't think is too bad. It still kind of looks like me, especially for LinkedIn. And to reiterate the importance of a prompt, here's the output for a more basic prompt, which was literally create a professional headshot. You be the judge for this. Okay, now you're ready for your next job? Let's jump to something I've been finding really useful, mockups. They're great when working with tradespeople on what you're exactly after or want to run an idea through with your wife. It's quite simple, yet very powerful. First up, we have, what if we had gone with grey stones in the garden instead of the white ones like my wife suggested? Well, now we don't need to guess, and damn, that looks good. Well, let's just delete all the evidence and move on. How about some home design? Let's say you found some curtains you like, but you're not too sure if they'll look good in your home yourself. Well, now you can get a feel for how they look by simply uploading the image of your room and the curtains and asking for the AI model to add the curtains to your windows. Also, tip number 4, when you upload an image, you can refer to the image in your prompt by saying something like image 1 or image 2. I'm going to link to an article to help you on this, based on the order that you upload them, which can help with actually improving the output quality. So for this one, I upload the room first and then referenced with the prompt on the screen. Now, this isn't to say the curtains will look exactly like this, but it's a neat way to get a rough idea if it's going to fit your room aesthetic before you actually purchase them. Okay, now I talked about using this with tradies, and here's one which I thought would be really good for moving our radiator. For this one I did pre-work, I added a red square to the photo as a reference point. So this is my tip number 5, which is you don't have to do this, but if you add a marker like a red square or a circle and then use that in the prompt to call it out, you actually get a nice or a higher quality image that I've found. At least it adheres to the prompt a bit better than without it. Now I can finally send this before and after photo to my plumber and probably still get installed on the wrong wall, but hey, at least I have evidence of where I really wanted it. Finally, a trend that you may or may not have seen, having your younger self hug your older self. You know, if you're into that sort of thing. It's a pretty neat use case, maybe one for a loved one as a cool gift. I mean, Christmas is nearly here. I forgot about this possibility up until I saw a Reddit post recently about replicating it. So I've taken that post as inspiration, which I'll link into the description, and redone the original Polaroid they used because it appears that when I tried it, Google was blocking the use. Anyway, I've linked the new Polaroid picture in that description with the prompt so you can replicate this yourself. All you need to do is upload the Polaroid of a photo of your younger self and your older self and add this prompt. Here's the results. It's not bad at all. My teeth are a bit off, but all in all, I think if you scrutinize the image, you're going to find faults, but otherwise, the output looks pretty great. Of course, better quality images for the inputs will produce a better output, and this has all been using Nano Banana, but you could also use other models like Reve or Qwen Image Edit, and several other options. I just found Nano Banana as easiest to access, generous free limit based on server capacity, and the prompt adherence and the overall quality is just really good. Well, that's it. There's so many possibilities outside of these examples that I just gave you, and you should really just go and give it a go yourself. Head over to gemini.google.com, log in with your Gmail account, and you're ready. Again, I want to reiterate, getting the AI to actually create the prompt for you will produce a better edit. Simply upload the image, ask it to create a prompt based on the edit that you want to do, and then re-upload in a new chat the image and your prompt. There's so much more that these models can do, from social media, branding, e-commerce, and fortunately not so legal stuff. Either way, that's it from me. I hope you found some of these examples useful, and let me know in the comments if you found any other examples that you found really good.